You're watching WCCB News Now. I'm Chief Meteorologist Nicole Madden. Today is Friday, July 12th, and here's what you need to know weather-wise. Well, we have flood watches in effect from areas east of 77 all the way to the coast here in the Carolinas. Although it's been very dry and we have drought conditions across the region, this tropical disturbance here is bringing a lot of rain to the region and a lot of heavy rain in a short period of time. The ground just can't hold enough of it, as we are seeing these rainfall rates more than 3 or 4 inches per hour, and we've already seen quite a bit of rain here for the far eastern fringe of the WCCB viewing area. We're still seeing some of those heavy downpours east of 77 within the 485 loop now, stretching from Matthews into Mint Hill. A little bit further east, we have a flood advisory in effect through 10:30 for parts of Anson and Stanley counties. Now, rainfall totals here stretch from 1 to even 3.5 inches, and all fell within a good 2 to 3 hour time span. So we're expecting to still see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain over the course of the afternoon for areas east of 77. Scattered flash flooding possible if you have plans to head to the beach this weekend. Just know that we are going to see the heaviest rain closer to the coast. Locally, we have that isolated flash flood threat here today. Now, this boundary is continuing to move inland with that disturbance riding along it. It is going to weaken and gradually dissipate, but not before some more thunderstorms here through the early afternoon. As we get towards 5, 6 o'clock, you'll notice most of the activity will stay east of 77 with just some spotty showers to the west. Temperatures will remain cooler today, highs only reaching the mid-80s. As we move into the overnight hours, rain will clear and we're looking at a hot weekend ahead. Rainfall totals, again, about a 1/10 of an inch here west of 77. East of 77 is where we could see a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain. Now, looking ahead to your weekend, we will see temperatures today in the mid-80s for much of the area. As we move into Saturday and Sunday, the heat cranks back up, mid to upper 90s, feeling like the triple digits with the heat wave setting up for next week. That's your latest forecast. Lauren, over to you with those headlines.
All right, Nicole, thank you. An update now to a story we've been following. One of the suspects arrested in a series of shootings in Charlotte is scheduled to appear in court today. 18-year-old Carlos Diaz was arrested Thursday. A 16-year-old whose identity has not been released was also arrested.
Based on the evidence and the actions that the officers observed, there was no doubt that he was going to continue his crime spree.
Police have not identified a motive for those shootings, but say they were not gang-related. One person is in custody following a shooting in Huntersville. It happened on Thursday near the McDonald's on Cane Creek Parkway. Police say it started off as a disturbance call that ended in gunfire. A man was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Officers did arrest another person at the scene. No other information has been released at this time. In Chester County, a man is behind bars after deputies seized fentanyl from his vehicle following a chase and crash Thursday morning. Video shows a truck going off the road before flying into the air. According to the Chester County Sheriff's Office, deputies stopped Eric Bernard Jones driving a white truck near J.A. Cochran Bypass and Columbia Road in Chester. He was allegedly driving with a suspended license. Deputies say he stopped but then took off. Jones made it to Ashford Road before crashing his truck. Deputies then seized 112 grams of fentanyl. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has a warning for drivers who purchase a used car, and that is to get your airbags checked. The agency says cheap substandard replacement airbags infulators were tied to 3 deaths and 2 life-altering injuries in the past year. The faulty airbag parts are typically imported and don't adhere to quality standards. The agency says to check a used vehicle's history report. If the car has been in a crash, have a mechanic inspect the airbags to make sure the replacement parts are genuine. As November's election approaches, both parties are making it their mission to secure a win. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to a large crowd at Dudley High School in Greensboro on Thursday. During her visit, Harris spoke out against Project 25. Project 25 is a plan by the Conservative Heritage Foundation for radically reshaping the federal government. Former President Trump says he is not affiliated with Project 25. Harris also reflected on the difficulties of running for president.
Now, we always knew this election would be tough, and the past few days have been a reminder that running for president of the United States is never easy, nor should it be.
This trip marks Harris's 6th visit to North Carolina this year. The IRS is ramping up audits of wealthy taxpayers, corporations, and large businesses. Last fall, the IRS launched a program to collect from millionaires who haven't paid taxes that they owe. The agency identified about 1,600 taxpayers with more than $1 million in income who have more than $250,000 in tax debt. So far, they've recovered more than $1 billion. The IRS ramped up its enforcement efforts by hiring more staff and using artificial intelligence with money from the Inflation Reduction Act, which was passed by Congress nearly 2 years ago. Well, you may want to stock up on stamps. Prices are going up again on Sunday. The cost of a first-class Forever stamp will increase from 68 cents to 73 cents. That's an increase of more than 7%. This is the second increase in prices this year. If you're not watching us on the WCCB News app, be sure to download it and join us back here on Monday morning starting at 9:15. Have a good weekend.